Hello my beautiful people, welcome to my channel. I am going to show you guys what I believe is the easiest way for beginners to contour and highlight. So I'm going to start off by priming my face, and I think that primer is very important when it comes to your face makeup, just to give it something to stick to. And then for me, I would notice that when I do apply primer, it's easier to blend out my foundation, like it just goes on so much better. And the primer that I am using is Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. This one right here is by Maybelline, and I got it from Walmart. Can't remember how much it was. For foundation, I am going to be using my Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation, and I am in the shade, oh excuse me, I am in the shade 177Y505. I believe that's the shade. What I recommend for beginners is Maybelline, Maybelline Fit Me foundation. That is my favorite drugstore foundation. And to blend in your foundation, the easiest way for me is a Real Technique sponge. You can get these from Walmart. The beauty blender is a nice thing too, but those bad boys cost like $20, and you can get 3 of these for like $20. Just wanna pat it in. And you don't have to be as rough as I am. I'm just heavy-handed, y'all, so excuse me. But you're just gonna blend this all over your face until it's just no lines, no gaps or anything. It looks like it's your skin. And if you are just starting makeup, I'm gonna tell you what nobody ever told me. Go to Walmart and get everything you need. You do not wanna go and spend $100, $200 on makeup that you do not know how to use. The next step is concealing. This is like conceal slash highlight. I'm gonna basically brighten up my under eyes and bring some brightness to my face in certain areas. The concealer that I'm gonna be using is LA Girl Pro Concealer, and the shade is in Warm Honey. The key to the concealer is to get a shade that is at least 1 shade lighter than your skin. I personally go with like 2 or 3 shades lighter than my skin tone, but you don't want to go no more than that, because take a picture with a flash, it's gonna look ashy and ghostly. So when you apply your concealer underneath your eye, you basically want to create like a triangle in a way. I don't do this triangle all the time. I go in this direction, but I'll show you guys what I do. On a normal day, I would seriously just go like this. So you see, it still kind of gives me that triangle effect, but it's just not really a triangle. And then you want to take your Real Technique sponge, and I like to blend out, working my way from the center to my face and then underneath my eyes. And I just feel like you let the concealer sit a little bit more and you get better coverage that way. You're just gonna tap it and just drag it out as far as you want. I like to drag it on the bridge of my nose a little bit, and that's just to help with contouring my nose. And then after you drag it out, just flip it over and basically blend in the edges. And this is just gonna blend it into your foundation and make it seamless. Same thing on the other side. The tip for applying your concealer, try to stay in like that triangle. Don't go too far away from it. When I started doing makeup, I used to kind of put it all the way down here, so it's like I used to highlight this whole top part of my face. And then when I apply my contour, I can kind of see the transition from light to dark, and not in a good way. Like I used to try to figure out why it was like this space of lightness right there. I used to try to cover it up with like bronzer or blush or something, and it never worked. So you want to make sure that, you know, you kind of stay up just underneath your eyes, because that's all you're doing is just brighten underneath your eyes. You don't need to brighten the whole top part of your face. So after you have that all blended out, you're gonna go and set your areas where you applied your concealer. And to set my face, I'm using an Airspun loose face powder, and this is in the shade Translucent, and I got this from Walmart as well. I've had it for a while, so it's kind of icky and dirty, but this is what it looks like. What you're gonna do is you're gonna dip your beauty blender in there very lightly, and then just press it into your skin. And if you happen to get too much on there, I'll show you. Like, if you happen to get too much on there, a tip is just like applying it on the other areas of your face to where it's just a little bit, and then going underneath your eye. You want to make sure that you don't get too much powder up on there, just enough to set it and make sure that your concealer doesn't move, because you don't want it to look cakey and ashy, because baby girl, it's not cute. The contour palette that I'm going to be using today is one that I think that every beginner should go out and buy. It's very convenient. It's by Black Radiance. It is their True Complexion Contour Palette, and I am in the shade medium to dark. The reason why I say it's very convenient is because it has the sculpting shade, which I pretty much use for bronzer, the contouring shade, and the highlight. You cannot go wrong with that. That's 3 in 1, and I think it was like $8 at Walmart. So to bronze your face, you guys can totally skip this. You don't have to bronze your face. It's not really something that I did when I first started makeup, but I like doing it now, and I feel like it's easy enough for beginners to do. So you're just gonna dab your brush into the sculpting shade, dust it off a little bit, and you're just gonna work in circles. With bronzing, you don't have to be too precise like you do with contouring. You just want to make sure that you get really in the middle of your face. It's just how I feel about it. Like, that's the easiest way to explain. Kind of on your cheekbones a little bit to give it a little bit of color. And then your jawline, your temples, and forehead if you want to bronze up your forehead. I like to bronze my forehead, but I don't contour my forehead. But if you got a big forehead, girl, you probably want to contour that thing. Okay. So another way that I can explain this is just kind of want to go from like the middle of your ear. This is kind of just my guideline that I use to contour and bronze my face. So I know that when I bronze my face, I'm kind of focusing in this area, but I can bring it a little up and a little down if I wanted to. And I like to bronze my chin, give it some color. I'm gonna use this bronzer to contour my nose. And when you contour your nose, you basically start from your eyebrow and just go in small strokes. And just bring it along the sides of your nose. And then I'm gonna work my way down. Just kind of bring it into your eyebrow. Because if you ever just like really study your face and look at your face, you can kind of see the structure of it. Your brow bone leading up, your eyebrows leading to like your nose. I like to take my pinkies and blend it in. Now look at that nose, girl. Snatched. That nose is snatched. Okay. Now for contouring, you want to take a smaller brush just so it can be more precise, and you're going to go into the contour shade. The easiest way that I can explain is to make the duck face and then figure out where your cheekbone is and go underneath your cheekbone, because the goal is basically to lift your cheekbones. Now if your cheekbones are already high and you don't want to make them pop out anymore, you can just bronze your face, and that will be that. Starting from like the middle part of your ear right there, and then working your way in. You basically want to lift your cheekbone, so you want to go underneath that. So I'm going to be using this eyeshadow brush right here. It's just like a really fluffy brush. You guys can pretty much use anything that you want to highlight. And a tip that I like to use is to spray my brush with my setting spray. And then I'll swirl it around a little bit. I'm gonna highlight my chin. I like to just go back and forth on my nose like this. I don't know why, but I just like the effect on my collarbone a little bit. You can layer this stuff as much as you want to, and if you guys watch my video, you know I will love my highlight. So, I'm gonna pack this shit on. And the goal is to make it pop it, right? So I don't know if you guys can see it, but if you move your face a little bit, you can kind of see where your natural highlight is. And mine is more so right here and like right here. So I'm gonna try to just go with that. You just basically want to highlight your cheekbone. If you feel like you did a little bit too much, just blend it out with your finger. And then I like to spray my face with some setting spray. And I'm going to be using L'Oreal Inflammable. And I got this from Walmart. Set that stuff, girl. And I like to go back. My favorite drugstore blush that I like to use is Romantic Rose by Milani. And that is how to slay your contour and highlight for beginners. Now what I am gonna do is I'm gonna finish up my eye makeup, and if you guys want to see how I got this look, I will list that link down below and you guys can watch that too. Thanks for watching.